If you wanna make me co-host, I can promote the folks
Oh,
joining.
fantastic. Let me add you as a co-host. Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, and I see ourselves in YouTube. So yeah, hello everybody, welcome to the Node.js security working group meeting. It's going to be the last of this month. Yeah, so let's start with the first topic of the agenda. So first topic of the agenda today, it's going to be the nomination of Marco to become a member of the working group. I think there was a really good support for that initiative. I think next step is going to do, it's going to be to make a pull request, right? Are we happy? Anyone want to oppose?
No, he's being a good guy.
It's doing a lot of initiatives, so yeah, going to be a good promotion. Yeah, I think I jumped to the first topic directly, but there is anyone who want to do any announcements?
Well, I have one announcement. Is okay. It's actually in the permission model roadmap. I can include it in that moment. So yeah.
Okay.
Problem.
Okay. So next topic, permission model. So go ahead, Rafael.
Oh, there is the vulnerability review, but I don't think we have something, right?
I didn't see.
I just opened that up and I don't see anything new.
Yeah, it's normally only in the minutes or Ulysses.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm with one screen today, so I kind of getting lost sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. So for the permission model, basically, Tobias was doing some research on the permission model, and well, let me summarize because people might want to listen to hear why we are removing the process permission.deny API. One of the problems, one of the goals of this API is to deny access to resources in runtime. However, it creates an attack vector based in the file system. So, for instance, let's assume that you have access to you specified that you have access to the entire home folder, and then in runtime you try to deny access to a specific file inside that home, and you can play in a different ways. For instance, if you try to access the file with the full name, it will be rejected as expected. But if you try to read this file using capital letters like std to up or to lower, moving the letters, like making it capitalized, it will bypass. And one of my naive solutions was, okay, let's move everything to lower, but it will also create false positives, because in some architectures you can also have case sensitive and case sensitive. So for instance, on Windows, the folders are case sensitive, but files are case insensitive. And you can also mount systems on Linux and macOS in a different manner, like different ways. So it's up to you as a I don't know, engineer or sysadmin. I don't know how they use nowadays, DevOps. So and this will create, like, I mean, we can't solve it. I created a pull request to include a flag case insensitive, which is enabled by default in some systems, but I don't think this is safe, and this will also create some false positives, and will show a null limitation of this feature. For instance, as I said, you can have different parts of your file system with different configurations. So in the /home, I have case insensitive, but in the /user, I have case sensitive, and by the flag you can only pass true or false. You don't have a way to configure, okay, this file is case sensitive and this one is not. And that was a problem. So I think the safer approach for now, I'm working a pull request to drop the .deny API, and eventually we will discuss about it, about including it again. But once the feature is more established, or at least tested, because we will need a config file to specify everything, and that's it.
Thank you. I think it was a super good update. Okay, next topic in the agenda. It's going to be to talk about improve the security scorecard. So issue 884. Let me pass also the link in the chat. So yeah, I think there will be some pull requests, if I remember well, made regarding this with pin dependencies by commit hash, I think. And yeah, I think that was it. Next step is going to be to see who want to lead the fuzzing part. I think that was one of the rising concerns in the last meeting, if I remember well. And I think also we covered in the last meeting the code review, which is a matter of having a cumulative amount of code review done. So I think when we achieve I think it's 30, then we get the full points for that. But yeah, I don't know if anyone want to lead the fuzzing part, or that's more or less open to help.
There are others. I'm looking to the code scanning now, and there are others concerns like token permissions. And yeah, pretty much token permissions. So, but okay, it was opened yesterday, so yeah, there's still a problem on this.
Yeah, I think some of the tokens permission are tricky, because even if it's a security problem, those are very related. Yeah, I remember those are very related to the scorecard, which actually, well, the scorecard, the reporting that actually writes some files, and also to the npm index and the core index that we generated automatically. So there are some GitHub actions that might potentially, even in the future, to still writing some files. So yeah.
Well, I think one approach we can follow is that instead of pushing things using the action, it creates a pull request. So I'm pretty sure this will solve this problem, and I don't know, reduce any potential attack vector. Well, one thing that would be great, I don't know, just us as administrators can see the security things, right? Like the code scanning. It is not allowed. Okay.
Hey, Thomas. Yeah, I think it's not allowed to share it. I think unless we create an issue and copy paste what is there, if that makes it easier for others to contribute.
Yeah, I will paste in the issue then the token permissions.
Yeah, I think next actions related to that is to try to migrate those 3 GitHub actions into something more like pull request approach, right? So making the changes path in a different branch and auto creating a pull request. That might be a good option. Okay.
Everyone, so I just wanted to add, so this is one of the features provided by the Step Security's auto remediation capability, where we maintain a database of least permission for many popular actions. And after we presented last week, we realized that our platform was not working for node.js repository, because node.js repository has multiple workflow files, and we were actually analyzing one workflow file at a time. And because of our architecture, because we use AWS API gateway behind the scene, we have to generate responses in 30 seconds, and it was timing out. So this week we actually added a feature where we have parallelized some of these operations, and now it does work for node.js repository as well.
Mhm.
So, I would
Fantastic.
highly recommend that, yeah, you try it out, and it does fix the token permission issue as well. And I do see that some actions were pinned yesterday, but there are still a few actions that could be pinned through the platform.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I remember from the last demo that we have some issues with the Node.js analysis, but yeah, if that's solved, yeah, I think we can auto-generate some of the pull requests following the same approach that we used the last time. Okay, that will be good.
So just a question, for instance, for those token permissions issue, can we solve it by just pasting the GitHub repository and it will create the
Yes.
request, right? If I remember
Yeah, so,
correctly.
yeah, so if you
Try
just
it.
paste the Node.js repository, it should recommend that there are workflow files where the token permission is not set, and it will automatically set them for you.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
check it.
Yeah, I think in our case we have explicitly said to write. Let me share a link on the chat, because I think that's why it's complaining. If we check out the GitHub action, for example, the one for the update npm index YAML. So in the line 11, we have the permission contents to write. That's the issue, because actually it's writing, modifying things rather than pull requests or something like that. So I'm not very sure if we can fix that.
Well, I just opened the pull request that fixes at least the test one, because the test one is only read, and
Yeah.
for the core and the npm it just included the hardened runner.
Yeah,
but
that
I'm
was
not
missing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just a question. We do need to have the harder runner for every action, or just for the ones that performs HTTP calls or any remote calls?
So ideally, you can actually have it for all actions, because hardened runner can also disable sudo access for you. So other than monitoring HTTP calls, it can disable sudo access, and it can also detect file overwrites. And again, these are based on some like a few past software supply chain attacks where these capabilities were abused. So we can also consider using it for like all workflows. Specifically, what you can do is, so there are two modes. So one is audit mode, in which case it will just observe things, and it will actually create an insight page, and we can see what exactly happened on the insight page. The second mode is block mode, where it will actually start blocking some of these things. And the recommendation is that we should definitely use block mode on sensitive workflows. For example, wherever we're publishing content, so that it will actually fail those workflows if there is a deviation.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, these won't solve all the token permissions problem, but I think the intention here is not to solve all of them, but is to restrict the access. And for those that shows that like token permissions high, but it's expected to be high, we just click, and there's an option to dismiss this, to actually to close the problem or something. The close the alert is the name here. So yeah, I think we are good once this pull request lands.
Yeah. Okay. Super clear. Okay, I think we can jump to the next topic on the agenda. It's going to be 860, which is related to the automate security release process. So let me share also the link on the chat.
Okay, these no update so far. As I mentioned yesterday in the TSC call, I will probably switch the date with Matteo, and we will take the lead for the next security release. And I will apply all the updates or automation that I'm creating to this next security release. So yeah, but for now, no updates.
Okay. Okay. Next topic in the agenda then is 859, which is related to assessments against best practices. I think there were some pull requests made by actually the community. So that was, I think, yeah, I saw some pull requests made on the Node.js. I think I edit your to-do list, Rafael. So I included the links to the pull requests. I think in Undici we had already merged the scorecard YAML. So the new action is shipped, and I see the reporting there. I mean, the reporting, the action running properly. And I think there is a pull request ongoing for the Node.js one, not yet merged, but at least with some approvals from our side, if I remember well.
Yes. Well, it needs another Node.js contributor approval. So if Michael or Marco could look to the issue I will paste in the chat, is the pull request. That would be great. So we can merge it. This will basically include the scorecard to the Node.js. So we'll see updated results, updated scorecards, and then we can eventually assess it.
That's good.
By the way, there's one thing missing in this agenda. I think I forgot to include is I created an issue to improve the Node.js scorecard, and I'm trying to get more adoption of the community, or at least getting more people to the working group to make it more sustainable. And they are doing it, and almost done. So just include the label secret working group agenda, so we can assess in the next session what is the Node.js scorecard and what is the things missing to be improved.
Yeah. I think I saw the issue because I think was the other one. So yeah, the issue that Rafael is referring is 929.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
I'll paste in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, love to see some people, new faces contributing. So that's always good. Good. I think next topic on the agenda is to discuss about, there is a discussion ongoing about policy integrity integration on Windows, which I think there were no news in last meeting. I think not very sure if we will do that discussion online or it's something that we will discuss offline. If I remember well, was with the Microsoft team, right?
Yeah, that was with Microsoft and Bradley.
Yep.
And they were also discussing about how it will integrate with single application.
Yep.
Single executables, I would say. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have any update on this.
Should we keep it on the agenda?
Well, I think we can remove and mention that if they want to join to appear in the call again to discuss it even more.
Yeah.
That will be great, but otherwise they can just do it asynchronously on the issue.
Okay. That's good. Next topic is going to be 828, which is related to the automate update for all dependencies, which I think this has some news.
Yes, I leave here the comment where I updated the list in the chat. Basically, I've been automating the broccoli dependency. It's still work in progress. So, and also a few other dependencies such as base64, LLHTTP, and GHTTP2. So yeah, this is I will keep working on it. So it's going well, no blockers.
Fantastic. I think next topic in the agenda, if I'm seeing that well, it's recursive support on Node.js dependencies, right?
Okay, yeah, that's a remaining issue from Facundo's work. Basically, let me remember. Well, I think we discussed it, Michael, and this is a nice to have, but it's not like a priority. I mean, if someone wants to take lead on that, that would be great, but I won't have time to pursue with this issue.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to do it, but it's all comes down to what priorities there are, so. It's not like it's something, we've gotten a number of reports of things we haven't found, but it doesn't happen like every month, so. I think it would be a good hole to fix, but like you said, it doesn't have to be fixed immediately. It's not like a security release that we have to do right away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I suggest to remove the label, but keep
Yeah.
the issue open.
Yeah, let's keep the issue open and maybe we can add some help wanted tag. Maybe someone jump in to help. If not, we can try to do or reprioritize it later on in a couple of weeks or months. Okay, I think that was the that was the last topic officially in the agenda. There is anything else that you want to discuss or to add?
Thomas, the fuzzing thing, what do we need to do?
No idea. I'm not. last time I saw Ulysse said maybe Thomas can take Fuzzy, but I have no skills on that particular subject. I don't know how we
No,
can
I
do
mean,
it
I
exactly.
think you were implementing it in the node secure, wasn't it?
No, not fusing.
Okay, it
didn't
was just the
implement it.
scorecard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it doesn't really count on the score. If you don't have fuzzing, it doesn't subtract to. I don't know exactly how much it's
Mhm.
weight on the score, but it's not as much because on not secure we don't have it, and we have like 9 almost everywhere. So, but no, I didn't implement it on my side.
Okay.
Mhm.
So just a suggestion for the next session, if someone wants to create an issue, would be great to include the agenda. So the same as we do for the vulnerability review, we do for the scorecard. So every two weeks, we see what changed, if we are improving or something
Yeah.
happened, and we fix it. At least for 3 repositories that we are closely monitoring. That is the security working group, node.js, and Undici. That would be great for the next session, I guess.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to include in the agenda. A side note from my side, I was doing some scorecard also on personal project, and I discovered something that might be interesting for us, which is there is also another initiative from the OpenSSF about the best practices for the project. You might see that on the scorecard also. It's I think it's something like 3 letters acronym appears on the scorecard, which is something like IIC or something like that. Let me show you how this. So it's like best practices, core infrastructure.
Oh yes, I see. To get the badge, the special
Yeah.
badge. Yeah.
You get an additional badge, and the idea there is if you own or maintain a project, then you have to reply to a bunch of questions, literally a bunch of questions, and then you get at different levels of scoring, from passing to gold and so on. And you can leave if you don't know all the answers, you can leave it for a while. And it's very interesting. I did it for one of my projects, but it took me a while. I'm talking about 20 minutes easily, but there are plenty of questions that might be interesting, maybe not for all the project of the organization, but maybe for Node.js itself, the core maybe might be interesting. I think you're muted, Rafael. Yeah.
You're still muted.
Just unmuted, yeah.
Oh, okay, of course. So could it be included in the best practice document that we created last year?
Yeah, I mean, we can recommend it. Yeah, we can recommend it. I think it's useful, especially if you are using Node.js to build a package that other people can use. I think if you don't mark it as a private, I think that's interesting. Yeah, we can recommend it, and I'm not sure if we're interested in doing ourselves, like to Node.js itself, or it's maybe.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think in that document we normally share things, what can or cannot be considered vulnerability, and also some recommendations. I remember that we recommend a few tools, and it could be one of them if you are a maintainer. It's very interesting, I would say.
Okay. Good. I think, yeah. Anything else to add?
No, but if we turned off the stream and just stuck around for a minute, there's one thing I wouldn't mind just asking a few questions on, since we got everybody here.
Sure. Let me see if I do that correctly. So